Everyone, I think I broke the fourth dimension by this question. Like if this world was a simulation controlled by a creature, what if the creatures were also humans, which is us that created that simulation? But that simulation is completely the same as ours. If you went on your phone and the same exact clone of you also went on your phone, doesn't that mean the guy that created the simulation in our world also created a simulation in that world, which is the same thing as ours? Doesn't that mean that simulation we created made a simulation created from that simulation created from our world? But what if the simulation created by a simulation created by us made a simulation? But the simulation created by a simulation created by a simulation created us made a simulation which also made a simulation. But isn't this just an endless loop? And how would this even happen? How can we get infinite? If infinite never ends, does the simulation created by a simulation never ends? Does it never end? What is this? Isn't this concerning? What if our world with your friends and your family is controlled by humans, which is literally the same as ours, and those humans controlling us is controlled by a simulation, and that simulation is controlled by another simulation, and that simulation that is controlled by a simulation that is controlled by a simulation is also created by another simulation? Is this just an endless? Have I just opened the fourth dimension? Is this actually just a loophole that never ends, and that simulation we created is completely just us in a simulation? And in that simulation, it literally just is our own body, your friends, your family, your pet, everything. Is this actually just an endless loophole, and we are just making the same exact simulation in our world? Like, what is this? What if simulation that made us never made the simulation, which is us? Then how would I have ever existed to ask this question? How would you even exist to watch this video?